about the spark behind your favorite content creator, the journey, the challenges, and the stories that led them to the spotlight? Dive in with Giorgio Takanakis, known as Giorgio Says, and the mystical Natalie Rogers from Femme Tarot. Every week, one guest, countless stories. Let's get the conversation started.
All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Creating the Creator podcast. And you know what, Natalie, today's guest really, he woke us up because his energy is thriving. And a lot of you may know him from being the guy who uplifts you in his car on TikTok. Some of you may remember him as being one of the cast members of the MTV reality show, Real Friends of WeHo. We got to speak to Joey Zauzig today. And he was just a bundle of joy and excitement and very honest. And he even spilled some tea. What did you think?
He spilled some tea. I mean, he was in true Joey Zauzig form. You know, he was in his car, the same energy, love the energy. He's truly, and you'll hear this at the end where I read Joey and his mouth just dropped to the floor. He's such a personality, which makes sense that he's become like a TV personality and a radio personality and an influencer. And he did drop some tea and he was very honest with us. And then in the end, he realized that he was just dropping so much tea, but he didn't backtrack. He was like, it's okay.
It's gosh. Okay. What so a joy you guys, he was.
He was a joy, and I think everyone will enjoy this interview for sure. It wasn't even an interview. It was just chatting. We were just like all over the place, conversating in true Joey form, but absolutely enjoyed it.
And he did it in his car, which is even more on brand for Joey. So without further ado, you guys, tune in now to listen to our conversation with Joey Zauzig. Oh my God. Okay, Joey Zauzig is in the house. Well, in his car. Because in true fashion,
I'm in my car because it only makes sense.
Yeah, this is where you film all your
content. The car makes me feel. You know why I'm in my car all the time? Because the first time I ever made a video, I ever made a TikTok that did well, I was having a really shitty day. And I just was in my car having these thoughts, trying to like psych myself, get myself out of it. I just pulled the car over on the side of the road and just recorded it. And then I was like going back and forth. Should I post this? Should I not? And I ended up posting it and that's where it all started.
And here you are. So it's
on brand. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So shall we start?
Yes, we got some icebreakers.
Icebreakers. Right, Giorgio, you can start with the first question.
All right, Joey. So the first icebreaker question for you is, if your life had a theme song, what would it be and why?
I think it'd be Work Bitch by Britney Spears, because I say it all the time. I think that is the most uplifting song of all time. And it's the only song that used to get me out of the bed when I was feeling down. So that's the theme song to Joey Zauzig's life.
I love that.
I love that too. If you had to create a new national holiday, what would it be? What would it be called? And how would people celebrate it?
Well, I mean, I would love my birthday to be a national holiday, just because I would love just, a day of uplift, a day of self-love. That's what I want. I would like a national holiday for like a day of self-love. You don't have to do anything, and every single person just is by themselves, taking care of themselves, like making sure that they're their best selves. Because I think everyone does need a day like that. I think it should be required for like offices and like 9-to-5ers. I feel like that's what that should be implemented.
Well, I agree with that.
Because you know what I mean? Like sometimes you do need people are like mental health days, but like they feel like they might have to go around their boss, or they feel like they might have to make up an excuse. This way, there will just be a day that's like you just have to go take care of yourself. I think it would really help. Maybe let's make it a week.
Ooh.
Or a month or a year.
Well,
no,
they're
but
not,
Listen.
they're not going to pay for that much time. They'll give you a day.
no, but it should be a thing, because you know how we've interviewed several people, and a lot of people have said we want a me day, like that's what we would do. Actually, it should be a thing. It
Should we
be
start a
thing.
petition?
Right.
We should get a
I
signature
think we
petition
need it,
for
guys.
it.
Should we try and who do we talk to?
Do we go to petition.org and just make one, and then we get a certain amount of signatures, and then we just take it to Congress or the Supreme Court?
Wait, hold on, my volume. There we go. Just wanted to change one thing so I could hear it, and your beautiful voice is amplified.
All right.
Okay. So, your next icebreaker question is: if you could switch lives with a famous celebrity for a day, who would it be, and what would you do in their shoes?
That's a really good freaking question. I think at the moment I would want to like switch lives with like Taylor Swift or something, because she is having such a moment. I'd love to see what her boyfriend's dick looked like and try and like see like if we could like go there. I'm just being real. Like I would love, because he's so hot. I would love to just see what it would be like a day in her life and just see what it would be like. Because like she's everywhere. I can't fucking escape her, guys. Like she's on everywhere. So
That's
I think it'd
true.
just be interesting to see like what the day-to-day is, but mostly for Travis's dick. But you know.
And let us know if that happens. Let us know.
Yeah, I
will
feel
let you
like
guys know ASAP.
there's going to be a time where I think we're going to be able to like create an avatar of someone that we want to be and go try to live their life for a day or something. Do you know what? That's a very Black Mirror thing. I need to
Listen, that's
not get too obsessed to that.
going to happen sooner than we might think.
It might be
agree with that.
happening. What if it's already happening?
Well, it is. I
Well-
went to the Instagram summit, and apparently like they're starting to make avatars of people's, like you could do like a Kendall Jenner, so like you can get access to her and ask her questions and she can uplift you. But that's where it gets creepy, because then you can make people do like weird shit.
Yes, I was thinking that. What if you make someone do or say something or look like that person did it, but it wasn't? It was an avatar, but who's really going to believe that?
Well, you know, there's porn. There's porn where they use deep fakes. They use deep fakes and they use like celebrities in porn. So there you go. I mean, it's already started, but the worst part would be, well, technically not, but I mean, it's a gray zone, right?
I just got microneedling. My skin is so like fucked up right now.
Yes, I was just thinking because everyone's getting skin stuff done like lately. I'm like,
I just
I'm
got
behind.
skin stuff. And that's why I've got a filter on, because I just had like this CO2 fractional laser. Look at all the dots. Look at this.
I've gotten that before.
hiding
So
it.
Fraxel I've done CO2, I've done everything. Your skin looks
How
great,
long does it
honey.
take?
Does it help,
you, my love.
guys? Are you seeing results, or is this just like?
I don't know. I'm on day 3. I don't know.
Look at how glowy.
It is
But,
very
like,
glowy.
Which one is
Yeah.
for like making your skin smoother?
That's
the one that I had.
microneedling. Fraxel, everything.
Oh, okay. I think I
Yeah,
need
I
to
can
do
see
that.
it is glowing, but I've got the grid still. You can still see the grids, and then I've got all these. Oh, what a
I
nightmare!
love a
battery.
grid, honey. It's all worth it.
See,
I
I
love
want
it.
everyone
It
to
means
see
it's
that I
worth it.
had something done. I'm not hiding. I'm not running to my car. I want everyone to see I have an ice pack on my face. I'm not in the waiting room waiting for these Botox bumps to go down. I'm walking straight out, and I want everyone to be like, yep, he just got filled up with a bunch of shit.
Give me a head bandage all day, bitch. I want to go to lunch like it. Like, I'm down.
100. Okay, next question. If your life were a reality TV show, well, you were in one, what would the title be, and what would the tagline be?
Should I do my actual spin-off that I'm filming right now? Or I'm just kidding. I can't say the name of that, but
no.
I think that if I were in a reality show, what was the question again? If I was in a reality show, what would the name of it be? And then
What's your
And what,
tagline?
yeah, what's your tagline?
I think my tagline would be life's a lot more interesting when you're under my influence, bitch. Period. And then I think that the title of my reality show would be Everything's Great by Joey Zauzig. Because I think it could be everything's great. You know, life is too short. like life is too short. I think everything's great if you make it great. Everything has a reason and a purpose and a journey, and we're all on it. And you have to keep that mindset or you're doomed, basically, bitch.
I agree with you. It's
No,
it's
it's
what
so
you
true.
attract, right? Because we're made of energy. So you have to attract positive energy. You have to put it out there. That's why be mindful of what you say before you say it, because that
Absolutely.
energy's out. It's out.
Don't put shit out into the universe that you don't want it to listen to, because you know what I've like just thought about is like I've been like a master manifester for years. I always everything I've manifested has truly honestly come true so far. But what I forget about is that the negative shit that I put out there and say out loud is
Yeah.
also being
Comes
taken.
back.
So when I have those thoughts, it's like fuck, like I need to be careful about the things that I say that are negative, not just the ones that are positive. So that's good advice for everybody.
Joey, what's your star sign, by the way?
Like my zodiac sign.
Your zodiac sign, yeah.
Okay, I'm a Cancer Leo, with like a
Ooh,
rising Scorpio. I know it's very confusing because
not at
I
all.
have a heart. I have a heart like a freaking Cancer, and I got a dick like a Leo. No, I'm just kidding. But my Leo personalities are just so much bigger than the Cancer ones. Like when you see like these are the traits of a Cancer, these are the traits of a Leo. I check off every box of a Leo, but technically I'm a Cancer, so I don't know, guys.
Well,
TBD.
let me tell you really quickly, because something that you probably don't know is that I'm a psychic medium and I have a channel on YouTube where I read celebrities, Bravo celebrities, etc. And I'm also into astrology. So here's the thing: your sun sign is basically how you want to appear to others. So that's Cancer. You want to appear like the sensitive guy, the empathic guy,
Yes.
someone who listens, someone who's there to support your friends. Your rising is how you react to others. It's how you interact and react to others. And your moon is your emotional world. Basically, the most important out of the big three, these are called the big three, right? So out of the three, moon is the most important thing because that's you. That's you at your core, who you truly, truly are, not who you want to appear, not how you react to other
Just
people,
who you are at your damn
who
core.
you are in your exactly.
So
And
I need to
you've
find
got a
out.
moon. Where's your moon again?
I don't remember. I might be a
Oh, okay.
Sagittarius. It's
I
July
don't know.
21st, 1992. I gotta look it up.
Okay, we'll look it up later. We'll look it up. I'll find it out for you.
Thank you, my love. I would love that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Joey, the last icebreaker question. This always gets people. What's the oddest thing you've ever Googled? What's the oddest thing you've ever Googled late at night when you couldn't sleep?
Oh my God, you guys, this is so hard because I Google the randomest shit all the time. I don't know. Probably someone's dick size, or like maybe like someone's like I don't know, my
I
myself, my net worth, my fucking populated things. I don't know. The Real
That's
Friends of
your
WeHo.
Leo
Like who the fuck?
rising. That's such a Leo rising thing to do. Me,
It really
me,
is.
me.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. I don't know. I doubt like anything I think in my head, or like some ailment. Whenever I feel like, oh my God, I have a headache. Like, do I have like something? Like, I always Google it, and it's the worst thing to do because you just go into a rabbit hole.
That's true.
It's so
Stay away
true.
from Dr. Google. Dr. Google is the
Do-
worst.
Dr. Google's gotta go.
It's gotta go. I used to be the same, and then I just can't. Like I've got a Virgo rising, which means I'm a hypochondriac. No, no more Dr. Google. No,
Oh my
thank
God,
you.
so you're doomed if you do that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I've died of cancer 5 times already, according to Google.
I
So.
mean, dude, same. It's been crazy.
It's crazy, right? So, Joey, quick question. Let's start from the beginning with you. Because you studied broadcast journalism, right? And then from there, you went into the fashion industry and you worked for big, big names such as Vogue, Givenchy, etc. And from that, after that, you went into reality TV. I want to know how, like looking back now in hindsight, how do you feel that your experience, everything that you learned when you were younger, when you were in the fashion industry, things that you've learned in journalism, how did all that help you in your current life, in your current career, where everything is going right now?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think one of the biggest things is like hard work for no money. No, I'm just kidding. But like really like just showing up and working your ass off and making sure that you are nice to every single person, no matter who they are, no matter what they can do for you. And I think working in the fashion industry to like break through that and remain being a nice, kind person to everyone really got me far. And it's remained that way with like, working with my producers and my showrunners and the production company and the network. Like I think a lot of that goes hand in hand. And I think also just, you know, being, well, I guess I'm not really fucking organized at the end of the day. I got an assistant for that. Knowing who to hire when you can't do the work yourself and knowing like your strengths and weaknesses, but also like not letting those show. Um, but, you know, one of the things why I was successful, in my opinion, on the show was just kind of like I went on the show being myself, and I did the same thing in my career, like in fashion and working at those big brands. Like when I worked at Tommy Hilfiger, Tommy loved just talking to me because, like, personally, he never talked to people at my level ever. But whenever he would come in the office, like, we would have chats, and like, he really just liked that I was myself, and it got me very far. And I think if if you can show your authentic self outside of TV and do it on TV, that is the key. That is the like golden ticket.
Because the fashion industry and the TV world basically are very competitive, cutthroat, very bitchy. So would you say that what you learned in the fashion industry, and I worked in the fashion industry for a minute, I worked for Marie Claire for like a minute when I was like 19, and it was so bad. It was so bad.
It's
Like it's just like backstabbing. People don't want to see you succeed. People are not team players. There's a lot of drama. So do you think that that part really helped you sort of protect yourself when you went into TV
yeah,
and reality TV for that matter? Yeah.
I think it did in a way, but you know, I never gave into it, but I always wondered, like, do I need to step on someone's toes to get to the next level? But then I would look at my
Mm,
bosses who did that, and I would look at the people above me, and I was like, I don't want to be that person. Like, I didn't want to see myself at that level. And I know how they got there. So, like, in the show, like, especially doing like a new show now, like, I think that, and talking about a season two all of a sudden, like,
ooh.
I think just knowing like who is there for the right reasons and who's going to show up and not getting frustrated by that, because I think to really make it in this industry and to do a good TV show, like I said, you have to be yourself, but it's not really about stepping on people's toes, but you have to be honest. And I think
Yeah.
that's the difference between the fashion and the TV industry, is that like in fashion people lie and they make up narratives, and it's like every day you're lying about something. In reality, if you don't show up with the truth, you're going to get called out. And it's frustrating to your castmates, and it's frustrating to the showrunners and the producers. And I think that at the end of the day, like that is the most important thing. That's the biggest difference between the two. But, bitches don't show up for work, especially on my show. No one really like let it out. No one really said what was on their mind. And like I was just on the phone with Todrick yesterday and the day before, and we were just like talking about, because we're kind of going through this discussion of season two, and we're rehashing like kind of what went wrong season one, other than the biggest elephant, which is just like the network fucked us over. But just with the people, and no one was real. Like off camera, we would have these crazy conversations about like wild shit, and then we get to filming. Like, I don't want to talk about that. We're not talking about that, and no one would bring up shit. There was so much drama behind the scenes, and you'll see it in season two more because things have happened after we wrapped and stuff like that. And oh, I'm just in the world again right now. I'm not even allowed to be talking about that, but I'm back in the world of the show that I did. And now it's season two, and I want it to be what it should have been. So I'm just consumed by like the thoughts of everything and everyone. And I just like, people don't show the fuck up. And like, if you're gonna sign your name on a fucking contract in a reality show, you have to show up for work.
Well, why else are you there, right? Why did you come if you're just I mean, I guess that's my question. What are you doing here? You just want to sit here quietly and kiki because no one wants to watch that shit.
No one wants to
No.
watch that shit, and we're not all friends, and we don't have to all be friends. And there is things that, even with me and Brad, that like I found out afterwards that he told producers that he didn't want to bring up. Me and Brad's relationship goes so much deeper, and there is so much more tea. And he didn't want to fucking bring it up. So now I'm like, okay, well, now when we get in front, there we will be bringing it up, because it's, even if it's embarrassing to me, I do make mistakes and I'm not a perfect human being. But I never went to producers saying I don't want to talk about this with him. I don't want to go there.
Mm.
I want it to look like we squash, like even our whole scene that like when we first, like first day of filming together was cut, and I cried and we cried together and we talked about a fucked up situation that happened, and like he was so worried about his reputation when really it was just like, girl, we didn't need to see all that. Like we need to see like what you're really feeling, like you thinking you're better and like your bitchy side, because like everyone knows you're not baking cakes in your kitchen every single day. I'm heated.
I think you know what? I was just telling Natalie before you jumped on, everyone's heated right now. Like, especially like if
Yep.
you're a creator specifically, there's stuff going on. We just had BravoCon,
Mm.
there's some shit going down there. And now this with you guys, like first of all, let me just say, if I'm understanding this correctly, are we allegedly, possibly, maybe getting another season of you? Wow.
Possibly, but there will be,
Nice.
possibly, but it's very early. But we're,
Oh,
starting those conversations. Also, I'm doing like Radio Andy now, Tuesdays and Thursdays with Jeff Lewis. I'm on tomorrow, and Wednesday this week. And that's been just a great platform for me. And I've really enjoyed like just giving my voice and letting people know who I really am without just like the periods and work bitches. And because I do have great advice and a longer form platform. And I'm made for TV bits. Let's be real. I'm just kidding. But I love being on TV and I love filming, and it makes me really happy. When cameras go up, I really shine, I think. And I'm not gonna lie about that, bitch. Everyone else is like so nonchalant about it, but I'm like, I love it. I love
You know
to
what?
do it.
This is why I loved you from the start, because you're honest about it. I am too. I would
yeah.
never shy away from saying I would never get on a reality show. That's what I'm doing all this for, in lieu of getting to being in front of the
Yes.
camera at some point, right? But no, I appreciate that, because there are some people like, oh, that thing I did. It's like, no, you signed up and you auditioned. You wanted
Guys,
to do it.
it's in our DNA. We wouldn't be in front of the cameras doing what we're doing if we weren't
Totally.
slightly vain and we didn't feel comfortable. Because I'm sure if you ask one of the creators,
Exactly.
right? What do you think of radio? I mean, I love the fact that you're with Jeff Lewis. I'm a Jeff Lewis fan. I've been listening to his radio show for a very long time. And I just love that you are part of the Chumps now. You're doing this. You're great on TV, but you're great on radio. So how do
Thank
you
you.
feel?
I love talking about this. I have chills because I am learning so much, even just the way that I speak and the way that I enunciate. Um, Full thoughts, because I'm very ADHD, so my mind kind of goes in a million directions, and I'm learning a lot. And then I got the opportunity to host the after show, which has been a real success, and it's doing really well. And there's talks about moving that over to channel 102
Do
instead
we
of
know anything about
789. So
that?
I don't know anything about that, but I'm gonna ask Jeff about it tomorrow. Um, but I don't know. I have a face for radio. No, I'm just kidding. But I really do love doing radio, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm used to being in front of the cameras. And listen, my end goal is to be the gay Oprah, and I don't have any problem saying that. I do want a talk show, and I want to take my message to a bigger audience. So I think this is a great first step, and I'm really proud of myself for doing it. And I'm really thankful to Jeff and Andy Cohen for giving me the opportunity. Even though Andy Cohen dragged me on the radio, it's okay. We're okay.
What did
Why?
we miss?
Yeah.
So this was like a few months. It was about a month ago. Jeff was saying that Andy wanted to go on the radio because he's like number 2 to Howard Stern. So there's like millions of viewers. So Andy was like, "Can I come on and promote my book?" can we do it satellite? Right? Jeff was like, I don't do satellite. Like, you have to come into the studio, Andy.
Oh yeah, I
Because
remember
Jeff
that.
is just like that. And so Jeff read a text message from Andy Cohen out loud and said, "Oh, so you don't have time for me to come on the radio, but you have time for Joey Zauzig."
I
And
remember that. Yeah.
What?
and then
Yeah, it was
Andy
a whole
did an
thing.
apology saying, "Sorry, Joey